So we are live once again. Today's episode we're going to be talking about, of course, we're going to talk about the Teen Titans Go comic. I did a couple live reads of Teen Titans Go, which was fun. It's a fun book, but we're going to do a new segment on the show called Back to the Back Issues, where we go through back issue books that I have, and I talk about each book. Some that I never talked about on the show when I buy new comics, like anytime I go to Half Price Books or V-Stock, which where I live, they're sadly closing down because they're going to build a mall. I mean, not apartments. They're going to turn the mall into apartments. And the day that I went there, when I heard about it, me and my dad decided to walk around the mall, and before we went into V-Stock, I was just like, how the hell are they going to build apartments in this mall? I mean, it's a 3-story mall, so I don't know how the hell they're going to do it, but they're going to do it. They're going to turn this old mall into apartments. It's going to be interesting to see, in my opinion, but, you know, shit happens. But, anyway, yeah, we're going to go through some of the books I love. Something about them I like. And we're going to talk about it. So, also we're going to talk about the new Batman movie. The Batman. It's interesting to read about, and so anyway, sit back, let's play the intro, and yeah, let's get the show going, I guess. So anyway, here's the intro. There we go. Let's lower the volume. There we go. Anyway, recently we talked about the departure of Dan Didio and the walk-in of the 5G, DC Comics 5G, or Generation 5, as, you know, Didio was planning on doing, which was going to be sort of like New 52 2.0. For those who remember the New 52, which kind of was like the failed reboot of DC Comics, where they decided to go from the classic style of comics like The Flash, Batman. Well, Batman really didn't change. It was more like the characters around him started to become like Batman Light. Superman became darker and emo and edgy. He and Lois Lane didn't date or have any interests with each other. Instead, Superman was dating Wonder Woman, who is so much like him. She understood how he felt and feels, and they were in love, and all this stupid shit. It was just, I never really cared for it because it was just like they were both so much alike. In a way, it was almost the weirdest thing ever because they were so much alike. The Flash was just like, the Flash actually became slightly better because Jeff Johns was writing the Flash, and he sort of had like the perfect golden opportunity to sort of like reboot the villains. Like, he made the villains just as interesting. Like, what you see in the show is because of Jeff Johns' time on the Flash for New 52. So, like, the Flash became a bit better. Aquaman became no longer the laughing stock joke. Like, Aquaman can't stand on land. He talks to fish, but really his powers are like talking to fish. It was more like they communicate through the ocean waves and stuff. Is how that became, like, and stuff. So it was just, it really worked. So it was just like, that's kind of how it worked and stuff. Like, it was really interesting how New 52 happened. Like, I sort of had like a love-hate thing with the New 52. I mean, I love the first run of like Snyder and Capullo's run on Batman, where you got like the Court of Owls, you got like this new take on it, and the Joker was kind of interesting. Like, you got to see like this horror movie-esque Joker. Like, people think like the Joker and the movie Joker with Joaquin Phoenix was like extremely dark and crazy and stuff, but you have to like read the New 52 run of it, because Joker was like fucking crazy in that one. Like, he cuts his face off and makes it into a mask, like this weird like Leatherface-esque type of stuff. Like, it was insane. Like, I really liked it. But my favorite story in the New 52 was the Court of Owls. Like, the Court of Owls, of course, is like, like now it's like this legendary, story where it sort of became watered down a bit. Like, it just, like, they never really did anything interesting with it. Like, they now want to make it into like a video game. Like, the Court of Owls should be the villains in the video game. It should be like this, and this. It's like, no. I think if they ever did like a Court of Owls into a video game, it should be a Telltale, like another like season of the Batman Telltale series. Like, that's how it should be. Like, instead of like this Arkham-esque type of stuff, So, anyway, I'm sorry I'm laughing. I'm playing Teen Titans Go on TV, and I'm like watching it while doing the show and stuff. Like, because usually, like, anytime I do the podcast, my TV's off, and I'm just like sitting here in an empty room talking to myself. But anyway, yeah. Let's see. Let's get to the New 50. The 5G. I was going to say New 52. Let's see. This is by Rich Johnson of Bleeding Cool. On the 13th of June 2019, Bleeding Cool made the first mentions of something DC Comics was planning on called a 5G, which we had no idea what it was all about. We all knew it was something that is or has been planned by DC Comics upper creative and editorial echelons. It took until October until we twigged at the New York Comic-Con when then DC publisher Dan Didio unveiled a blurry look of the DC Universe timeline and stuff. So, Bleeding Cool grabbed the visuals that everyone else failed to get. Then we got closer up on the fourth generation of the DC Comics timeline, emergence of superheroes superheroes in present day, generation 1, 2, 3, and 4. But what then? Of course, there's obviously the 5G, the fifth generation or generation 5 of DC superheroes, that is directly tied to what has been reporting that DC Comics wanted to introduce replacements for Bruce Wayne as Batman, intended to make the character black. And we learned that Luke Fox, son of Wayne Tech's wizard Lucius Fox, and the current Batwing, another shitty member of the Bat family. I'm sorry. He's boring, I'm sorry. Like, Luke Fox is not interesting. I think it's kind of like the one that they did with the Signal. Like, when they did Signal, that was just like that was like the worst thing ever. I remember Snyder did the Batman and the Signal, which was like a very boring comic. I'm sorry. It was just like I read it digitally on DC Universe, and I was just like, man, this is boring. All of it is just flat out boring. Like, there was nothing there that was just like interesting and stuff. And my computer is acting up. Yay, I got kicked off the internet. Stuff like, my computer's been like shitty for a while. What the fuck with it? But so anyway, so like the Signal thing, like it was just like, it was a very boring book. So anyway, where they were gonna make Luke Fox the new villain, Luke Fox the new Batman, current Nightwing, was locked in to take the role rather than any of the Robins. With his first appearance started in boom on eBay. Oh, and that Oscar-winning writer John Ridley IV was going to take on the new Batman after 100, when James Tynion IV was going to write from, I think, 85 to 100. Then he was going to walk away, which was dumb to do that, because Tynion just stepped into the role of being the new Batman writer after Tom King's out. That was just how it was going to be. I'm trying to get people to like join in and listen to the show now. Like, so anyway, I was going to take on the new Batman after 100. This was going to be the first time we would get the DC big change, though we didn't know time. The pieces started to fit together when they received more and more from the industry sources inside and out of DC Comics. We learned that Jonathan Kent, Superman's son, would take on the role of Superman, which I pointed out yesterday's show, like, why didn't they just get Damian Wayne to take on the role of Batman? Like, why did they, to take on the role of Superman in the DC universe, Diana would be the first to be placed as Wonder Woman. Which, that one's kind of interesting and funny to hear about. Competing at the either Teen Lantern or take on the Hal Jordan as the main Green Lantern. Killmonger son would take over the role of the Flash from Barry Allen. And we learned whatever that Francis Malone was planning for Aquaman Earth 1 to be purpose on the 5G. We got the bigger picture that DC Comics was going to expand their timeline so that Superman, Batman, and everyone else would be around for the decades. They would be older as a result and were being replaced. But in most cases, that the natural successor, but others would be taking the mantle in a new, different, exciting way. I'm using air quotes exciting because anytime they try to replace heroes with diversity characters and age them out and get rid of them, it's exciting. Meaning, it's gonna fucking suck. Which it always aggravates me, like anytime they do that, they always go like, well, you're supportive of diversity. It's like, no, bullshit. Diversity, forcing diversity and change is cancer, to be quite honest with you. It's not exciting, it's not fun, it's none of those things. So, anyway, so the creators will be taking, creators were talking about bringing the current runs to a conclusion. We learned that it would be in this crisis that would lead into the 5G with a planned editorial fill-in to help the main creative teams to get a head start. Concerned voices were being raised and revealed that DC Comics were planning on keeping the classic characters, Bruce, Diana, Clark, etc., for the Black Label giant size line. We even found prediction of previous attempts to do similar, maybe even minor, with new minor characters such as Space Ranger getting into the DC 5G replacement a little early. We looked and reported that the Green Lantern Season 2 was to end as a way to judge when 5 might happen, and also only 3 months later to be shelved off of it. Despite strong sales, something similar may have doomed Supergirl. We learned that Doomsday Clock 12 was going to set up for the 5G, and it indeed one mentioned future timelines. The first time it mentioned in DC Comics was Captive whatsoever. And steps into Tom King. And they mentioned with the Wonder Woman 750, where a glimpse of the timeline, which was pushed back when the first appearance of Wonder Woman to World War II, not World War I. Then Tom King became the first DC Comics creator to actually mention the 5G by saying that Batman losing Alfred started the events to trigger off the 5G trigger off the 5G. It seems that he was losing his connections to humanity as regards Alfred as his real father. It was notable that King and Lee Weeks in Batman Annual 2 featured a much older Bruce Wayne in his final days with Selina Kyle. So, I remember when I do have Batman Annual 2, which is actually a good book. So, do I think that the 5G thing should happen? I honestly don't think it should happen. I mean, if they're going to do it, do it the way Marvel did with the Ultimate Universe. You still have your regular universe, Earth Prime. Then you had this new universe, Or just set it up as like the Beyond universe, like the Batman Beyond, where, you know, you got the future, the glimpse of the future of DC Comics, and you still have the present universe where, you know, so. Anyway, let's see. Let's get to Wonder Woman and Cheetah. DC revealed there's been leaks online of the first look at Cheetah for the Wonder Woman 84. And I will say this, like, that it it looks okay. Like, I'll be honest with you, I mean, it's really just a cartoon figure, except, you know, you still get to see the human face of what's her name, Kirsten Wiig, and she has like the cheetah's body and stuff. Like, it looks okay, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care for it. And there's all these rumors like Marvel might take over DC Comics and all that bullshit. I mean, it comes cosmic book news, and they're basically full of shit half the time. Especially when it comes to like comic book news. Like, I believe the Bleeding Cool site more than I believe cosmic book news. It's basically bullshit. Like, Marvel has their own fucking problems, and Marvel is still bouncing back after big forced diversity breakdown. It doesn't matter if like Kevin Feige's taking over Marvel. Basically, it's you know, basic bullshit. Like, Marvel has their own fucked up problems, and I don't think anybody wants to see another, you know, monopoly take over. And I highly doubt that Marvel would do it, because it's like there's like rules of monopoly where you cannot basically muscle out everything so you could take over. And that's why you'll never see that's why you'll never see Disney buy Sony, because it'd be illegal for them to buy it, because it's monopoly takeover. Like, you know, they're basically muscling and trying to rule over the big studios. And plus, Disney's having a hard time getting people into the theme parks. Of course, nobody's going to pay $200 fucking to go into Disney World and stuff. If you do, then congratulations, you can afford to go to Disney World. But I highly doubt that, you know, Marvel will take over DC Comics, because, like I said, they have their own fucked up problems. They're trying to bounce back from bad sales and bad hirings and stuff. You know, but like I said, you know, DC's gonna be fine. I think they're trying to salvage what they have, and they're trying to get back on track with new stuff. And, you know, and I think, you know, honestly, Dan Didio kind of was sort of like anchoring the ship into the iceberg. And I think everybody was disagreeing with what Didio wanted to do. I mean, he was trying to rush into the 5G. You know, he was trying to have total control over what he wants to do with DC and stuff. And I think a lot of people are just, not on board with what he wants to do and stuff. So, anyway. Let's get to, let's get into the, Batwoman and Supergirl. Ratings continued downward spiral, again by Cosmic Book News. They're right about, it's weird though, Cosmic Book News are like right about movies and stuff, but they are wrong about comics. So, in my opinion. Both Batwoman and Supergirl's ratings are not good. Both series continues to shed viewers. And I hear police sirens going off. The numbers... Again, my internet's running shitty as usual. My internet's like bad. As the number Sunday Batwoman's episode called Drink Me offered, that's a terrible name, offered 116 viewers, 116,000 viewers tuned in, and the drop off of previous episode numbers of being 148,000. Sunday Supergirl, it's a Super Live, only has 667,000 viewers tune in, which is a little better than previous's 654,000 viewers. It's down from the season start with a million plus viewers. However, it's worrisome for the show as it's, sort of going downhill. I think the problem with it is, for both shows, it's just that both characters are very boring. CW did renew Batwoman and Supergirl. The thing about it is, the problem with the show is that it's a very boring show. There's nothing there. And it's sad though, it's like both characters have so much potential of being interesting and something to add to it, but sadly it's just a boring show. I don't know how you make Batwoman a very boring character. I mean, you have her set in Gotham, and you can add new villains into Gotham, just, and stuff, but sadly it's just they start out on the wrong foot for the show. They start out with her going the bat suit, it would look better on a woman, that type of thing. That mentality of bringing in the show, it turned off people, it turned off listeners, not listeners, but it turned off viewers. Because it's you're insulting Batman by saying that, a woman could do better as Batman. It's no. Plus, I don't even know how the hell she fit in that suit. That's the thing I like to know, but anyway. The Batman No More Lies victim leaks. There's been the first legit leak on the Batman movie, and starting the sort of victims that writes with the victim with "No More Lies" written on the forehead. Yeah, someone posted images of new leaks of the face reads "No More Lies." It's about Batman stuff, the rumors of the Riddler and stuff. And plus you had the new images of Batman on a motorcycle, and so anyway, let's get to the new segment that we're gonna be talking about, and I have the Teen Titans Go comic Might wrap up the episode a bit early, because I'm just not feeling it. Plus, I have no one here to talk to. So, this is we have no intro song for the Back to the Back issues. Where I talk about the back issue books I have that I decided to pull. Originally, I was going to pull 5 books out that I have in my hand. Let's see. 8 books here. So, anyway, I'm gonna start off with we got the Teen Titans Go book. So, one of the books I found, this one's kind of interesting. This is you can't see it, but anyway, collector's item, the very first issue of Batman and the Outsiders, where Batman, in this book, he quits the Justice League to team up with the Outsiders, where he becomes leader of the Outsiders. And it's a very cool book. I remember I found it as a kid. I just thought it was so cool. Like, it was in an antique store. The cover is, it's kind of like still brand new looking. It's like, and stuff, and I really enjoyed the book. So it's really cool. I love the cover of it. You have like you have the Flash, who's like shocked with a shocked expression. Sorry, I'm late. It's okay, love. And you have like Elongated Man, the Flash, and I forget the other guy's name. He has like the fire like head, and I forget his name, but it's funny though where Batman says, "I had enough of your 2-bit Justice League. From now on, these are my new partners." And he points at the the Outsiders, and you have Superman who's like pissed because Batman's basically dumping the Justice League. Injustice 2:14. I totally forgot I bought this book. Injustice 2, issue 14, The Trial of Bruce Wayne. I totally forgot I bought this book. It's like Batman being led by guards as he's in cuffs, handcuffed, Injustice Year 5. It has Bane, Catwoman, and stuff. So, and what's her name? I forget her name. The Killer Frost, I think. Yeah, Frost. This one's my favorite. This is like my favorite Batman Tom King story, as odd as it is. Batman Elmer Fudd. This is the book I talked about. It is the variant cover of Batman and Elmer Fudd. It is like this Looney Tunes, Killer Frost, yeah. I was gonna say Captain Frost. I realized, that's Captain Cold. I got like this Looney Tune variant cover. I spent like $25 for it because my comic book store, the first comic book store I went to called Darkside, then I went to V-Stock because Darkside got new ownership and they changed the hours of the store and stuff, which bothered me a lot. They didn't have the Batman Elmer Fudd. They were sold out of them, and I had to go on Amazon and I had to buy the book for $25, and I was like, I could either get the regular cover or the variant cover, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just get the variant cover because I love the variant cover. It's very Looney Tunes themed. So, it's a good book. I love it. I love the story. This one's my favorite. This is Looney Tunes 236. It has Daffy, Yosemite Sam, and Porky Pig. Looking for love in all the wrong faces. It was when they were doing the Bachelorette thing. It has like all the Looney Tunes characters. I love that book. I love the story because it was just like it was like a satire commentary on the show and stuff. And Catwoman, Tweety and Sylvester #1. This version's mine. I love Looney Tunes. This version, the variant cover is mine. My Catwoman has her copy. But I ended up buying the variant cover where it's a really perfect cover. It's Catwoman wearing her dress, diamond necklace and earrings, her cat goggles, her holding her whip, and she has Tweety Bird in her cage in one hand, and she has Sylvester who's like laying on her shoulder, like one of those like, dead animal scarves, but and he's trying to grab Tweety Bird. I saw this book. I bought both copies of it. It was at the V-Stock, and I ended up grabbing both variant covers because I really liked both covers. So, this one's very interesting. This one I found at Half Price Books. These two, Spook House, Scary Stories for Kids. Spook House comics, I absolutely love. I think they're very interesting. They're very Goosebumps. They remind me of Goosebumps, just told very differently. It's sort of like the mixture of Goosebumps meets The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I have number 4 and number 5. Number 4 is Spook House, The Creature from Granny's Pond. And number 5 is like my favorite one, which is Spook House, I Was a Grade School Mummy. I really like these books because they're very like one-shot stories. Some of them do carry on to like the next issue, but some of them are just like one shot, one story. And I really enjoy these Spook House books, and I wish I could find more of them, but damn, they are just hard to find. Like you almost have to like buy them online and stuff. And I know there's some people like, well, you can get them at your comic book stores. Like, my comic book store doesn't really sell these type of comics. Like, they mainly sell like DC, Boom, Marvel, Archie. They don't really sell like Looney Tunes. Like, those are hard. Like, Looney Tune books, I have to like go on Amazon and buy them half the time because they don't carry none of them barely anymore, like, and stuff. So I have to like go on Amazon to like find, Looney Tunes and stuff. So, for me, I like except like you do find Looney Tunes. It's when they do the DC Heroes Looney Tunes book. So, for me, I do enjoy looking at. I enjoy finding these books, but sometimes I go to Walmart to buy these DC Giant books, which I do enjoy. And I hope DC keeps them around, the Giant books, half the time, because it's it's very hard to find. They're very fun to like find them and go like, oh, which one do they have in this one? And for me, as much as people like celebrating that Dan Didio's gone, he's gone for good. See you later. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Didio really did a brilliant job of bringing the DC Giant books into Walmart and stuff. And Target. Fuck Target. I got kicked out of Target almost like once because Target has like this weird thing now. They're allowing men to use women's bathrooms. If like a man identifies themselves as a woman, they could go into the bathroom and stuff. And for me, I like no. And stuff like if you're, they allow people who like feel that they identify as this one gender, they can use that bathroom and stuff. I made the joke where I said to a worker, "Can I use the employee's restroom because I identify as a Target employee?" And the employee laughed, but luckily they weren't like a total dick where they were just like, "Get the fuck out of the store, don't ever come back, how dare you," type of thing. But I sort of like love cracking jokes at people, like how stupid they are. But the reason I don't like Target is I don't like Target as a store. Like they either go by Target or Target, because Target is like the fancy Target. I don't like Target that much. I don't like the store because they are just like, it's a very boring fucking store to go into, because anytime you go into Target, it's just like they don't have anything interesting. Nothing at all. The most successful time I ever went into Target is where I found orange juice for like Tropicana orange juice 2 for $5. That was just like the most successful time I ever went to Target. That and finding Justice League graham crackers, or finding Batman juice bottles. Where they have apple juice with the Batman. The most successful time is when I found those. Or the DC Primal Rage figures and comic and t-shirt, because I actually love those. Like I still to this day have the Batman one. I have the Batman shirt, and I have the DC Primal Rage comic. The Giant comic. And it was ridiculous when Target had it, the Giant comic. They were charging like $10 for it, compared to Walmart charging only $4.99, $5 plus tax. But Target really just didn't appreciate the Batman stuff, the DC Primal Rage stuff. Like if Walmart had it, they would have sold that shit. They would have like put it everywhere to get people to buy it. But Target, they just like threw it in the back of the toy section behind the WWE shit. I'm sorry, like I know I talk about WWE. I know there's a lot of people who love WWE, but WWE has become obsolete. You have the XFL and stuff, but it is annoying that you decide to put like Batman behind Seth Rollins, who's a fucking joke. But it is just ridiculous. It's like I had to like look and stuff, and one day I found some of the stuff in the clearance section, because they, and I asked the workers like, why is this stuff like in clearance? Like, it's online, successful. And the person goes, well, we need to make more shelf space for, other stuff. I'm like, you got the DC Primal Rage, man. Like, you got the giant, toy set, which is fucking awesome looking. I wish I bought it, but I didn't because I didn't have no room where to put it. But, you had the Mr. Freeze figure, and I bought the Mr. Freeze until my nephew saw it, and my youngest nephew's like, thanks. He took it and just, took it and left. But the lunchbox I wish I bought. The lunchbox was so fucking cool looking. And Funko made the Primal figures, and Funko did a cool job with it. But I wish they did more. Like, I wanted the Catwoman DC Primal Rage figure. I wanted the Robin. I wanted the Nightwing, the Batgirl. I wanted to set up like DC Primal Rage Gotham. Is what I wanted. But they didn't. Like, they did Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Mr. Freeze, other like villains and stuff, but they never did like the Catwoman. They never did the Bat Family. Like, I wish they did Beast Boy, DC Primal Rage figures, but I wish they did it. But it was like, sadly, they just like quit making it, and it just aggravated me. Like, it was just like this. The lunchbox still to this day, I wish I would have grabbed it. I wish I would have grabbed it and stuff, but like I love the lunchbox. The lunchbox was so cool. Like, it reminded me of like when I was a kid. I had I had a Harry Potter lunchbox. It was funny though, because like when I was a kid, I always took my lunch to school because I did not like school lunch. But I know some people like who probably went to school now was like, yeah, right. Have you seen the shit we eat? Yeah, but for me it was just like I wish they would have like, I gotta find it. Maybe they have it on Amazon. Someone's like selling. They had the Batcave, that's it, yeah. They had the DC Primal Rage Batman Batcave, and they also had Ace the Bat Hound, who's like a wolf. Let's see, they had Lex Luthor, Green Lantern, Aquaman. Aquaman looks really cool. Aquaman looks fucking awesome. Superman, Joker. Yeah, they had Joker. No fucking way. They had the Flash. King Shark, Mr. Freeze. I had that one. Wonder Woman. Black Manta, another Batman. I have the black, gray Batman. This one is the blue, yellow, and black. Man, some of this stuff is really cool looking. Let's see if they hit the lunchbox. Lunchbox. They do. Yes. They have it. They have it on Amazon. Shit, I am adding that to the list. To quote Chris Jericho, you just made the list. I know I'm putting money back when I get paid, but when I get paid, whatever extra money I have that I put back, I am fucking buying that lunchbox. I'll take it anywhere with me when I travel. I love it. That lunchbox is so awesome looking. They have King Shark fighting Aquaman on one side, and the other side they have Batman fighting the Joker in front of the Batcave. And the Batcave is so fucking dope looking. The Batcave is like this giant bat skull. It has like these glowing eyes. It's like a cave. Like the side of like a cave wall of rock is like this giant bat skull with wings, and has like the glowing eyes and the sharp razor teeth. That is like the entryway to the cave. it is so fucking dope looking, man. I love it. I have to buy it. I have to buy this lunchbox. Just for it. I don't know why. It just it speaks to me. When something speaks to you, you have to get it, because it is just. And you have Batman, who looks like something out of Game of Thrones, where he has like this giant fur cape attached to like this leather, like, cowl, and he holds a bat shield and a bat sword, and he's going right at Joker. And Joker has like this battle axe. It looks so awesome looking. It looks like something out of like Game of Thrones type of stuff, but it's the Primal Age. Like, it is just dope looking, man. I have to buy the lunchbox. Just how dope looking it is. Like, I don't know how Target just didn't like go crazy with it. Like, I don't know how they didn't like go insane with it. Like, if it was at like Walmart, people would buy it. People would buy it because it's really cool looking. Like the cave, the Bat Cave looks really cool, man. Like, yeah, I have the shirt, the Batman Primal Age shirt, because it was funny though, like, I went crazy about it. And it was funny though, like, I bought the shirt, I bought the comic, and I actually took a photo of it, of what the display looked like. And I found it on my phone. I was just like, man, I remember that. Like, it was so cool looking. And they had the lunchbox, and I remember going like, if I come back, I had the shirt, bought the comic. It was funny though, like when I bought it, like the female worker who was like doing the checkout of it just looked at me weirdly, like, why the fuck is an adult like you buying this? And I just want to be like, if she said that, I would have been like, bitch, I am buying this because I don't fucking care what you think. But they had like the figures, like they had like Mr. Freeze, I think King Shark, and they had like the display box, and the box looked like something out of the 80s. And I remember going like, when I come back, I will get the lunchbox, but I never did. Like, even when I went to the clearance section, they didn't have it. So, as weird as it is, yes, I do buy action figures and stuff when I see something I really like. I buy it. So, anyway, let's get to the Teen Titans Go book. I know I held it off on Friday and Monday. And today, we're doing the Teen Titans Go comic. I know, right? Don't you like buy toys where it's just like it speaks to you and you're like, you have to get it? And stuff. Like, I see my soulmate. I'm Batman. It's like the Batman figures and stuff, like the new McFarlane and the new Joker stuff, like how Walmart just has like displayed. Like, they put it out there. And just, you see it. Like, it's interesting because like a lot of adults do buy the action figures. No parent's going to buy their kid a $20 McFarlane action figure. Unless that kid is Richie Rich. Or a Hot Toys figure. Yes, you are. Catwoman. And stuff. It's like like I said, like every person has like an action figure or something that speaks to them, or a character that speaks to them. It's like the person, like I said, like a lot of people accuse me of making fun of Harley Quinn fans. It's like, when I saw that person who was wearing the Birds of Prey jacket that the Harley Quinn thing where I said like I would laugh at somebody, and the person was like wearing a Harley Quinn t-shirt and they had the figure, and it was like this person was looking for this action figure for a long time. I didn't mock and laugh at that person. I just sort of was like, I may not like the movie, and I said I will not see the movie, but that movie's made for somebody who really likes Harley Quinn and stuff, and it's sort of like when I look at it, it sort of made me think like, I don't really care for Harley Quinn, but Harley Quinn's a character made for somebody who likes that character and stuff. And I, like for me, I hope they do the character justice again, because like that movie Birds of Prey, it should have been made by somebody else. I will say it. I mean, the biggest mistake they made with that movie is they made it rated R, where you have a character who's already established as a PG-13 character, and it should have been made a PG-13 movie. Like, if the movie was PG-13, it would have done a little better at the box office. So, anyway, let's get into this comic. The issue is called Idle Hands. I wish they would make a Teen Titans Go sequel. I will say it. I wish they would do a Teen Titans Go Justice League episode again. Remember how the Titans dressed up as the Justice League? I wish they would do another one. I really like that issue. I really like that story. I wish they would make the episode based on the mini golf story. Raven comes in and she sees Cyborg, Starfire, and Beast Boy. Beast Boy is a cat in this panel. And I love this panel because like Beast Boy is a cat and he's like sitting there with his bucket of burritos. Eek, the TV with the speakers. Alligator incoming. Kaboom, splurge. Raven, monster movie. Beast Boy, nope. Reality show. By the way, I have to ask, has anyone seen the new, speaking of reality show, has anyone, it's not really a reality show, it's a competition show. Has anybody seen the new Lego Masters show, which is hosted by Will Arnett, who did the voice of Batman in the Lego Batman movies? Oh my god, that is an awesome show. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I heard reality show. It just made me think of the Lego show. Lego Masters is awesome. It is an awesome show. I watched it, and it was just like, it was really awesome. Like, I told my sister about it. I was like, you gotta tell the B-dude, man. They got a new Lego show, Lego Masters. And my sister goes, oh my god, he's watching it. And she sent me a Snapchat. And it's him just like, like watching the show, and he goes, isn't that awesome? They're building a Ferris wheel. And like it was a really cool show. I love it. I watch it. I DVR it, so I like watch it. Like I was watching it while I was on the bike yesterday. I went 10 miles. I went 10 miles and burned off 200 calories. So yeah, it was a really good show. And that was the Aristocats, the host says. We'll see how our celebrity judges rated their act when we return to Jump City's Got Your Talent right here. And we'll be back in a moment. I'm proud of you. Thank you, love. Yeah, yeah, we got the, workout bike and stuff, and let me tell you, I feel the burn. when you go on the bike. Like, I went 10 miles, and it's kind of funny, though. I'm doing a competition with my dad on the bike, and he saw I went 10 miles. He goes, forget it. It's kind of like keeping his mind off of things, because, He gets like today he got like flustered and aggravated, and yeah, it's been kind of rough on him. So I mean, for me, like, I've been giving him space to let him like vent and air out his frustrations and stuff. So like he's doing great. The host, right after we put out the fire, Cyborg, this is the awesomest show ever, as he holds a burger. I mean, where else can you see a dancing bear juggling trio and one-armed pianist? Beast Boy as a cat. I know, right? But the best part is when the judges rip into the talentless losers. Raven. Oh joy, public humiliation. Woohoo. I love Raven. I love Raven in this show like the Teen Titans Go. I know a lot of people love Raven in the Teen Titans original animated show and the Titans show. But I love the Teen Titans Go version because she's like more sarcastic and witty. Starfire, my friends, I am the most pleased to witness the enjoyment you all derive from the televisioned reality. For I have signed us up to compete next week's broadcast. I love Robin's reaction to it in this panel. He just sits there, he's like, he just has like this reaction of what? Then you have Cyborg and Beast Boy spitting out their food. Raven face palming. Raven, no. Beast Boy, yes. Raven. You can't be serious, Starfire. Why would anyone volunteer to have their self-esteem torn to shreds like that? Why would we want to endure the ridicule in front of 20 million people? Beast Boy and Cyborg stare at each other. Cyborg, duh, to be on TV. Beast Boy, oh yeah, I got moves like Jaguar, baby. And Beast Boy turns into like a dancing jaguar. Cyborg, I know what we can do. Watch me spin this plate on a stick. He spins the plate and the plate flies across. Oops. Starfire. Raven. You have to call them back and cancel before everyone gets completely carried away. Starfire. But is that not the point? To be carried away on wings of whimsy? Cyborg, okay, maybe this plate, or this one, smash, smash, smash. Raven, Robin, be the voice of sanity here. Robin, right. I'm the leader of the Titans, and I say we are absolutely not doing this. Starfire gives Robin big eyes, with two birds saying, pretty please. Starfire, but Robin, pretty please. Robin, goo. He's basically like Cloud9, hearing that. Robin, right. I'm the leader of the Titans, and I say we are doing this. Raven gets into her teleport thing and goes off into another room. Robin, that means we need training. Casualties at 5 a.m. Casualties at 5 a.m. every day, followed by around-the-clock rehearsals, tap dancing, and celebrity training. Cyborg, 5 a.m. Beast Boy, I don't really know. Tan. Robin, no. Time for chit chat. Go, 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 go. We got 1 week. Would you imagine, like, I see, like, a lot of these, like, I remember they used to do, like, I don't know if anybody's remember, like, American Idol. Like, they used to do, like, these horrible singers would appear and start doing all these, like, sound really out of tone singing and all that. And you had, like, Simon Cowell, who would just, like, rip that person to shreds of, like, how awful they are, of how awful their singing is. And he would just, like, come up with all these insults and stuff. Like, I remember that, and I remember how entertaining that was. And, like, now it's just like they had to come up with these sad sympathy stories, and they have all this talent, and it's like, it's just boring. Anyway, until showtime. Welcome back at showtime. There are only 2 more acts to go. Let's meet the first right now, the host of the show says. Robin, okay, so far our competition are 3 singers, a 400-pound biker doing bird calls, and a guy with a musical leg. There's just 1 more act before us. We could win this. Starfire, that is as I knew it would be. As I knew it would be. Starfire, our unique talents are not easy surpassed. More acts cannot fly or turn into animals. Raven, an animal act that's almost as cutting edge as mine. Starfire, mine? What excellent idea, Raven. You could perform classic examples of the meme, such as a man walking into a Grizzleblacks, assuming the Grizzleback doesn't mind, or a man pounded into the dirt by 2-ton Sorzophor. Okay. Raven, kill me now. Beast Boy, who's a dog. Oh, you're just jealous because you're the only talent is sucking all the fun out of the room. Raven, oh really? Raven gets an anvil, drops it on, dropping it, almost hitting Beast Boy. Beast Boy, yikes. Cyborg, shh. Keep it down. Our next act is coming out. And here they are. Please welcome Brotherhood of Evil. Robin, Brotherhood, Starfire of the Evil. Why don't you introduce yourselves to our audience? Oh my god. Centerment, I am the brain. This is Criminally Twisted Madam Rogue. The genius, Monsieur Malin. Phobia, Mistress of Fear, and Plasmus, whose burning touches mean death. The host. And what will you wacky kids be doing tonight? I will be singing as in Campabella melody of Lady Gaga songs, while associates be performing the interpretive dance. Oh my god. Anyway, let's get to the next part. Beast Boy, no, not the interpretive dance. Robin, these fiends, stop them before they emote. The Brain, blah. Art is never appreciated in its our own time. Kill them. Cyborg, yo Plasma, why don't you get ready for close up? Robin and your fan club. Beast Boy, dude, never bring an ape to a dinosaur fight. Source Blue, your puns are more painful than your punches. And did you Americans ever produce a genius like Jerry Lewis? The host, how about that, fans? Looks like we're got a battle of the bands. One titanic, earth-shattering battle later. Cyborg, that's Cyborg. Sorry, Cyborg, that's right. Beast Boy, so much for brother lame. High five. Robin, Titans rule. The host, not so fast. Do the Titans rule? That's for our panel of washed-up celebrity judges to decide. Golden Age superhero Red B. The B. Pfft. What was all that? The energy blast and a dinosaur? Can you call that fighting crime? Tyrannosaurus Rex. You call that fighting crime? In my day, we knew how to fight crime with trained bees. Former child star date with Debbie Henderson. Well, jeepers. It would have been funny though if they got like Velma Dinkley in that panel. Just saying. Well, jeepers. I think it's just swell to see young people following their dreams, and I'd like to applaud their effort, but their skills are strictly Nowheresville. That would have been funny though if they got like Velma Dinkley doing that. And the host, last but not least, what do you say, Darkseid? Darkseid, dreadful, simply dreadful. I love that. Not to mention, that's one fashion choice. I mean, really? Even in the bleakest fire's pit of apocalypse, this season is all plaids and no pastel. Raven, that's enough. My father, Trigon the Terrible, always taught me, if people can't say something nice, then condemn their souls to eternal torment. Begin with be gone to what you deserve, Azras Matheozentos. The B. Is that his name? Red B? I forget his name. See? Even if he was a Golden Age hero, I would forget. Yeah, Red B. What is this ghastly netherworld? The, Debbie, whatever her name is. Are those paparazzis? Darkseid. Oh no, I don't know. It seems rather homey. Raven. How? Raven. How? Robin. Raven. The host. How did you do that? Raven. It's just a little thing. It's a little something I called talent. The underworld. Just call my agent. And one is singing, and the kitties the kitties are sleeping. The other underworld demon, I assume. But wait, I really want to direct. Really want to do is direct. So, anyway. So we did one story of Titans. And in the book we get the promotional art for DC Superhero Girls Search for Atlantis. And the next story of Titans would be Cold-Blooded, which will have Captain Cold and the Titans. Which I cannot wait to read that one tomorrow, by the way. It's Robin gets sick after battling Captain Cold. So, it's going to be an exciting one to read. So, I wish they would do like another Titans book. Because I really enjoy the Titans Giant book. But it's sad though, it's like when Dan Didio, under Dan Didio's direction of DC Comics, he canceled Teen Titans Go books. Then he canceled Scooby-Doo Team Up. All these things, like they canceled all the good books, and they just sort of like went into like different directions of like, I don't know where they're going, but for me, hopefully they'll keep the Teen Titans Go cartoon going, and maybe someday they'll bring the books back and we can all continue reading them. But hopefully they release the giant books again, Teen Titans Go number 2 and number 3 and all that. I mean, they need to, so anyway, wow, we went an hour and 17 minutes in this. Well, anyway, I guess we'll be wrapping up the podcast now, so anyway, I'll be back tomorrow hosting another episode. So anyway, thank you all for listening and join the show. We will do another back to the back issues where I talk about books I have. So anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. So anyway, I don't know what else to say. Bye. Oh, you're amazing. Thank you. Anyway, see you all tomorrow, and we'll do another Titans book, back to the back issues. Talk about other crazy stuff, the 5G thing, which it seems weird though, it's more developing now since the mastermind behind it is gone from the 5G thing. So anyway, see you tomorrow. Bye.